Hey everyone, my name is Jessica Hitch and I'm a Reiki Master Teacher with Peaceful Presence in Dallas. And I'm burning extra sage because I just recorded almost the entire pick a card reading and my software crashed. So I'm gonna do it again. So let's just clear that energy, huh? All right. So today I am here to channel your angels and to see what message do they have for you. All right, so group one, you are this beautiful amethyst chunk right here. And so let's see what messages your angels have for you. All right, so first of all, you've got Archangel Gabriel working with you, who's a messenger angel. And when I connect with your energy, I start to feel like a gulping at the throat. And it's like a feeling of I'm holding in words that need to be said, but I'm not willing to express them, maybe out of fear or shame or doubt or uncertainty. And so I think Gabriel is helping y'all to vocalize your needs, your opinions, your thoughts, get them out there because I'm feeling like y'all have a lot of pent up, maybe frustration even, and energy that just is building up because you really haven't let yourself express. Your angels want you to know you're such a beautiful, beautiful soul with a beautiful heart, and like your voice, they say you could even sing, it's so wonderful. And so they don't want you to hold back at all. And so the first thing, their message for you is this: that right now you're in a point in your path where it may feel kind of lonely sometimes, but it's also a place of accessing a lot of deep inner wisdom. So you see, she's on the shore of the ocean, and the ocean represents consciousness and the depths of human consciousness, and the beach represents time. And so, really, right now, where you're at in your path is looking at deep consciousness and considering what you want to do with your time on earth. You've probably been thinking about the big questions and developing spiritually, and this sort of thing. And so it's a time of lots of freshness, but it could also seem scary. Your guides want you to know that you're confronting new territory in yourself and in the world. And so it's unmapped, it's unexplored, and so it's natural to feel sometimes scared and sometimes afraid, but they want to let you know that they're there to support you, even if you can't see them. All you need to do is ask for help from your angels. And this part of your path is all about being independent, being strong, and knowing exactly what it is that you want. Okay, so let's see. Their advice is not to care what other people think. So, haters gonna hate. Mean people are going to be mean. People will pass judgment. They may be critical. They may not understand where you're coming from, or they may just be different. But at the end of the day, your guides say, stop caring what they think. It doesn't matter. There have been so many different perspectives throughout history, and some stand the test of time and some don't. And some people that in the past others thought were crazy, like say Galileo, Copernicus, turn out to be right on. So as long as you're going with your own inner desires, your inner vision, and you're being yourself, don't let what other people think dilute who you are. And so that's the thing too. Your angels showed me that you're like a bright, bright, bright drop of color, colorful paint. And when you're around other people, you tend to dilute yourself and maybe lose some of what makes you you. So this time for you is all about coming back to yourself and consolidating your energy. Your angels also recommend that you do some energy hygiene, some psychic shielding, and I do have a YouTube video that includes that. And what happens when you do this is you'll see, actually maybe some of your anxiety you've picked up from others, empathically absorbing it or responding to collective energy. And as you strengthen your field and set up intention through this protection, you may find that you're easily able to access your inner wisdom, life flows more smoothly, and you feel less stressed in general. So I definitely recommend that y'all do this every day before you leave the house, and especially before you go to stressful or crowd situations. Make sure to shield yourself, because it's almost like right now, when the tree is young and it has all the supports to make sure it grows strong, you're kind of in that phase. Like, you're not a thick, strong tree totally anchored in your truth. You're there a little bit, you're exploring it, but you still need that extra support. And so, things like psychic shielding and meditation will empower you to know more where you're coming from and help you in the future. Okay, and so the way they're helping you is by helping you understand that right now your spirit guide is a cheetah. And so the cheetah moves quickly after its prey. And so your guides want you to know whatever goal you have, break it down into small pieces. See what you could work on for an hour in a short burst and then take a break. Do another chunk in a short burst, take a break. Do another bit, take a break. That's what's going to really flow with your energy. The cheetah gets really quick over a short period of time. They don't go forever, so that's what you're going to need to do to moderate, to take breaks. And also, your guides are impressing upon me the cheetah's fur is like shielding. So with its fur, its coat, it protects it from the outside, and it also helps it sense what's going on. And so your shield will do the same thing. You'll stop absorbing collective energy and empathic energy, but still be sensitive to what's going on. So keep that in mind too. All right. Now you've also got an angel who is Sandalphon, and specifically he's asking you to have gentleness. And now Sandalphon is the angel of music, and so he recommends that you listen to high frequency music or healing music to help anchor you in to the truth of who you are. If you surround yourself with good music, you'll feel much better. And so like the first card had the ocean, and I immediately thought, wow, the sound of the ocean is going to be deep and healing for you. Listen to the sound, visit the ocean if you can, let the waves just wash over you. There's also angel healing frequencies, there's Reiki healing music, there's nature sounds, and in particular, your guides say woodwinds, like Native American flute and flute, will be very powerful because right now you're working a lot with the air energy, the mental energy, the communication energy, and so they're here to help empower you to really thrive in that way and help you soar beyond, all the skeptics and haters and misunderstanding to the place where you're meant to be, which is your true self, And so the thing is, Rochelle says, as you honor and follow the guidance of your heart, prosperity is coming to you. Okay? So basically, if you feel good about something, that's your sign that you're meant to pursue it. And this may be counterintuitive to a lot of people in more mainstream ways of thinking, because we're manifestors. You're able to manifest abundance and wealth by following your passion. And so a lot of people aren't totally comfortable with manifesting. And so I recommend you learn some of these tips, whether you're looking at Abraham's teachings, like Ask It and It's Given, or Sanaya Roman has a book called Creating Money. And there are all sorts of cool resources online about how to manifest money. But that's the thing. When you follow your heart, that abundance is going to follow. And so do not stay stuck in a work situation that you don't like. Don't try to become someone you're not to make money. Instead, use your energy to imagine yourself abundant. See what you're doing, and you'll really get a lot of clues that way. And I'll tell you, this visualization, I've put it into practice. And in my life, I've been disabled and in a wheelchair, and doctors told me that I wouldn't hike again and to expect to get worse. And I didn't want to accept that. And so every day for 30 minutes, I would visualize myself walking and getting healthier. And that is what's happening. That's what has happened. And so, no matter who tells you things are supposed to be that way or you're supposed to do that, your own inner self knows way more. So just use your power of visualization, imagine it, and it will come. And when you do that, you'll get all sorts of clues about what your unique passion is. Okay. So some more messages around abundance. The first one is about donations and charitable work. And so your angels want you to help support those who may be less fortunate than you. in a way that you can. So it may be giving time, it may be giving $10, it may be, you know, giving some resources. But think about an issue that you would like improved on the planet and just start to consistently donate to it, and you'll see that it comes back to you, and also that you feel very good about it, because your angels are saying it's really important that you support others, because it'll help your heart. This other one is about clearing debts, and so I'm seeing all these colors, and I get that this group has a lot of creative, artistic energy, so that may be part of your path and how you manifest abundance. But you know, right now they want you to make a plan to clear debts, and it's the same as that cheetah energy. Just break them into small increments, do what you can at that point, keep moving forward, and then focus on saying no to anything that builds more debt or more challenges for your future self. You know, have a plan in place. And in general, your guides say no, be assertive even more. So you're going to have to set the limit where you need to. And I think right now, y'all may need to spend more time alone than is typical, because I feel like you're almost in a cocoon stage where you're super sensitive, and other people can sometimes disrupt that sensitivity or cause issues. And then the last message they have for you is that a year from now, all is well. You have a happy relationship. You may work with children or have children around you, and there's just light coming out. You're helping to heal the whole planet from the way you live and what you do. And so they want you to see, hear, and imagine this beautiful reality that's yours. And any blocks that you perceive right now, know within a year, you'll find ways to clear them. Just use your power of visualization and really do use your voice. Speak up, say no, say what you think, say what you mean, be true to yourself, follow your heart. That's what it's all about for y'all, group one. Just follow your heart and listen to that intuition. So group two, y'all are this beautiful onyx, and I lit some more sage and extra called on the angels because I just did 2/3 of the reading and my computer crashed, so I had to bring in extra angelic support to handle that. That was really upsetting. So you can know your angels are here for you. And so let's see what they have to say. Oh, they want me to... Okay, angels love bells. All right, so for y'all, the angel's first message for you is this. And you can see this man is on his motorcycle. He's got forward momentum. He knows where he's going. He has everything he needs. And the thing is, right now, you're the exact same way. So he has this helmet on his head, and you similarly are experiencing development in your crown. And I feel like y'all must have some spiritual strength and development that you've been through, because y'all have this vibe of joy, spirituality, equanimity, higher vision. And so really, this is just saying, keep going. See, he's moving forward with a lot of power, and he's spreading light. And even though at times it may look inhospitable, he has everything he needs to keep going. So your guides are saying, don't worry, just keep moving, just keep going. You're on the right track. And know too that your clairvoyance will be opening even more. So you may get psychic visions, and you know, this is something that's worth cultivating and developing because it's one of your strengths. Okay, so their advice for you is to team up with others and ways that benefit you. So you may have like a sister, a friend, a mother, a therapist, a colleague, somebody who's like there for you. You can bounce ideas off of. They're saying, this is great. That helps you to stand strong. And see, the thing is, these ladies are prepared for anything. They're actually armed with guns. They know how to protect themselves if they have to. And so they're able to be strong and move forward. And so that makes me think about using psychic protection and psychic shielding. And I have a narrated one on YouTube, so I will link to it here in the video. And that is something that you can listen to strengthen your field. And just in general, know that you've got this community of support, and that when you work with others, it makes the work easier and other people have your back. And so they're saying it's good for you to consistently touch base with others, just toss ideas off of them, see what they think, and that is good. And their last message for you on this part is that you're doing good work. I get the feeling y'all may be pretty well established in some sort of goal or endeavor. It may be a business, it may be academic, it may be a career path, but they're showing you've set amazing foundations, you've got good connections, and you're not going anywhere. So it's like this exciting feeling of just continual exchange of ideas, renewal, being able to go wherever you want, have everything you need right there at hand. And that's really the theme of y'all's reading. Like, you have more than enough right now. Just keep going, essentially. It's like a celebration in a lot of ways. And so actually, that's right. That's what your archangel is here to say. Spread your wings, Archangel Ariel. Don't hold back. The timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. And so you really are taking off. Like, there's no blocks. It's just forward movement. You even got another card, Victory. Your desire is coming to fruition. Keep up the good work. And you see that unicorn is another sign of the third eye activating. Because if you imagine the Kundalini energy rising all the way up to the third eye and then coming out and making a little unicorn horn, that's what's probably going on with you, with more psychic impressions and intuitive awareness. So I really feel good for y'all knowing that your desires are manifesting. Okay, so your angels do recommend that you ask them. They're not going to interfere without your asking. They value our free will and honor it. So whenever you need help, you need to ask for it. You can ask out loud, you can ask by thinking, or you can write it down, and they will help with anything big or small. So whether it's, oh no, I need a parking spot at the mall, or wow, I'm grieving, somebody just died, please help comfort me, or I need clients, quick, help me find them. Your angels will help. And so don't hesitate to ask for help and know that they will help you. You may also enjoy channeling them. So right now I want you to imagine that Archangel Ariel, who has appeared, comes into your heart, and just feel her energy there, and then let it expand to fill your whole aura and kind of see what that feels like. You might notice physically you feel a little different. Mentally you may feel different. Most often I find just those ordinary thoughts just like stop, and I feel kind of like, oh, nice. So just pay attention to how you feel, and notice if you feel bad, that's not the archangel. They always feel uplifting, they always feel loving, they always feel good. And then once you're connected like that, it's as easy as asking. So whether you want to write it down or say it out loud, anything on your mind, just ask Ariel, how can you help me with this? What would you like me to know? How should I proceed? Really clear, specific questions will help get the answers you need. And so that is what they're recommending with that card, that you ask them directly. All right, and so we can imagine Ariel, she pops out of her heart, she goes back to wherever they hang out, like in the sky or wherever. I always joke, it's like they have a big bar in the sky and they're all like chilling, so we call them. Okay, so they want you to know you can ask your angels, and that's a form of help. And in general, they say remain positive. So you're on the right track, but just like any of us, you're probably human. And so that means you experience doubt and sometimes confusion. And so they want you to just keep focused on the goal, keep seeing it happening, and just remain positive. If you notice you're worried, stop and try to visualize what you would prefer. Keep changing it. I feel upset, let me stop. What would I prefer? I've encountered this obstacle, stop. What would I like to see happen? Visualize it. That's the way to really get results. And I mean, I love visualizing. I've had so many things happen to me because I visualize them. For example, I wanted a new car. I kept visualizing it and visualizing it and visualizing it. Eventually, I saw it, and I mean, my dad just gave me a car. You know, it was kind of funny. I'm like, whoa, it's so weird how that all happens. There's another time I really wanted a boyfriend, and I visualized it and visualized it and visualized it. And would you know, I imagined I went to the exact club where I met him beforehand. And I couldn't believe it. It was like, wow, I already knew. So, you know, just visualize and pay attention to what you see, and you'll feel it internally when you put the vision in the place where it feels great. That's that good manifestation energy, and you'll feel it. And from that point, it'll be easier for it to come. And when you visualize, you'll notice the blocks and obstacles too, because you'll have to move past them. And so just keep imagining, and you'll see it. It'll come. And then the last thing they say is to compromise. And so that's the thing, like, you're established in this community and you're working with other people, and sometimes they may have a little bit different ways of doing things than you do. So your guys, just say compromise. You know, and it may not even be with other people. It may be with parts of yourself. Like, there's going to be part of you is like, man, I just want to go out. I want to spend all this money. I want to do this. I want to do that. Part of you is like, I just want to stay home. I just want to do this. I don't want to do any of that. And it's like, okay, well, why don't you find a compromise? You know, maybe go out a little bit, then stay home. Spend a little bit of money this weekend, but then save it the next weekend. You know, like, balance, essentially. But they're saying never compromise your integrity. So, okay. And then finally, I got some messages on abundance for you. The first one is about savings. And so that's part of the compromise too. You'll find yourself benefiting when you set aside money for your future. Even if it's just a small amount, your guides want you to take that money and pay yourself first. And they're actually saying, you know, up to 10% of your income is a fair amount to set aside in savings. They realize that may mean you have to make some compromises, but that they'll support you in that. And the last card about abundance is visualize abundance in all forms. So again, if you notice you're worried, you notice you're stressed, the brain's starting to go in that bad direction, just stop what you're doing, sit, take a minute to visualize what you would prefer. You can listen to Lakshmi mantras, things like that to help. But really with y'all, you're doing so well and you're on your way. It's just a matter of fine-tuning, making a few course corrections if you notice things are off. But overall, your guides just want you to feel really proud and victorious. So y'all have a lot of strength, and you know, it feels like you're in a super solid place here on Earth. So way to go, group 2. Group 3, I am here burning extra sage because I did a whole, you know, like 30 minutes of reading for the first 2 groups and my computer froze, so I don't want that to happen again. And y'all are the last group, so let's see what your angels want you to know. First of all, y'all may have been feeling pain or unhealthy and sick. Your angels are showing me they're coming and helping to strip that away from you. And it's centered here at the solar plexus, which is your point of personal power. It may manifest as physical pains. You may also feel kind of like nauseated, digestive sort of stuff, or just kind of like ill at ease. And they're saying, this is Archangel Raphael coming. They're saying you're not a bad person. I think you're suffering from a lot of guilt and possibly some shame that makes you feel nervous. I'm seeing you like biting your fingernails, and potentially y'all may have like core beliefs that aren't helping you. Like, I'm hearing specifically, I'm unworthy. And I get the feeling y'all tend to hide. You may hide from your dreams. You may hide your true nature. You may even hide from the world. I'm getting like a real kind of turtle vibe where you can go in your shell and come out. And all of this relates to these beliefs, and you may have adopted them from a very young age. And so your angels want you to really reflect on this. When you have thoughts, like, really trace them down. Like, where is that coming from? Is that something that makes me feel good or makes me feel bad? You know, why do I feel that way? Where is it coming from? And as you do this, you'll get to know more what beliefs are inside of you. And then you can do affirmations to help bring healing based on what you find. Okay, and your guides are saying there's a lot of prosperity coming for you. They're like whispering into my ear. And so that's the thing too. Y'all are working with clairaudience, so psychic hearing. So pay attention, to what you hear in your mind. Sometimes it may even be just like a song that's stuck in your head is actually clairaudience. And if you go look up the lyrics, a lot of times I've done that and it's very emotionally touching or important. And your angels are saying they're always here to talk to you. You just need to ask. And they're so sorry. I feel like some of y'all may have been struggling with depression or a lot of sadness or just generally feeling kind of stressed, maybe like overextended. And I just feel like I need to mourn and grieve. And, it could also be because maybe you aren't feeling in the best health and you've been struggling with that. And so y'all are the group that needs to focus on chakras, those energy vortexes. They're rainbow colored. They go from the root of the spine to the crown. And like I mentioned earlier, the solar plexus is one that is impacted on you. And so it may affect the way you express your power. What I'm feeling is like it's almost like the energy's stuck right here and it needs to come up. And so your guides are recommending y'all meditate. To some people it may seem like a lot. I already meditate every day. Meditate daily. They're saying meditate for 15 minutes a day. Focus on your breath. And also you can do this meditation where you imagine you're becoming a tree, or spend time with trees. Go hug a tree, touch a tree, be outside, go to the forest. Like the trees, especially pine trees, will literally cleanse and clear all that gunk. And your guys are saying too, like you could burn sage, you could use sound, you could use bells. Like y'all need a house cleansing. Y'all need to cleanse your energy field. Y'all need to clear your space. You may have actual physical clutter. They're saying that's what gets so overwhelming and why you feel kind of trapped and like you're kind of stuck and sad and scared. And I was just saying like all this stuff is just piled up around you and it's almost like too much. So your angels are just gently nudging you. Yeah, just take it head on. Clean that space, clean that energy, do some chakra meditations, charge your chakras, learn about them. Because that is something that is important. Okay, and so your group got more cards than like any other group. And so the first thing your angels want you to know, these are the cards I got. And I made these cards myself, so they're definitely not traditional tarot. I'm sure y'all have noticed. Okay, and so looking at these cards together, what your angels want you to know is a lot of unexpected things happen in life, and things don't always go as planned. So even though you may think you're on one path, all of a sudden it intersects with another one, or something happens and things change. They're showing me maybe you've been through some loss and you're having a hard time of letting go of what you've been through. And really what they're saying is things change, and it doesn't mean you're bad. It doesn't mean things are wrong. It doesn't mean it's your fault. It doesn't mean you failed. They want you just to let all that go. It's just simply that's not where your path was meant to be. And so they're calling on you to have faith and trust that they're with you, and they're willing to help you at any point. All you have to do is ask for their guidance, and they're saying and showing to me that like you've gotten a lot of mixed messages from outside. It may be religious, it may be cultural, it may be from your family. I get almost a sense of like children should be seen and not heard, or like, oh, polite people don't speak out, like gotta be well behaved, and like outside expectations. And I get a sense like it just becomes like a cacophony of words and sounds. And so that's why they're saying to meditate. It'll get rid of all the things that aren't you. Let those voices clear out. Let those beliefs clear out. As you clear out your house, same. And just trust you're perfectly perfect just as you are. You're on the perfect path. Everything's unfolding as it should. You know, it's fine. But just know sometimes it doesn't look the way you think. And again, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you or something bad with you. It's just the way things are. And so they also want you to know that there is some travel for you. And that's kind of funny. Wasn't I just talking about trees? There's pine trees right back there. So they're actually recommending you go again to the forest, you travel there, go to the mountains. If you can't physically go right now, you can put forest sounds on, beautiful images, stuff like that. But like they're saying you really need some clean, fresh air, essentially. And so I'm also saying just like going for hikes in your neighborhood and getting the feeling of like, yeah, doing aerobic exercise, hiking or walking for long enough that your heart's beating, like all that stuff are really important. And they're saying right now for you, solitude is golden. I feel like maybe you're at a crossroads or you've ended up in a place you weren't expecting to be. And your guides are saying that's built so much strength in you. But it's also exposed a lot of your shadow. And so the thing is, our shadow is just the parts of ourselves that we've denied or disowned. And they can be good or they can be bad. It's not all just like, oh, and my shadow is my violent nature. It could be, oh, and my shadow is, that I'm a powerful healer or, boundless compassion or whatever. It's just stuff we don't associate with. And so your guides are also saying, go into some shadow work, really look at that. What is it that you're not accepting about yourself? And then why? Why not? They want you to just be with yourself. And you may find that you look up like some self-help books or workbooks or something about your shadow specifically. And they're saying just take time, get to know yourself. Like I love to go on vision quests and I'll just go camp for days and I always set up a medicine wheel and I pray the whole time and I set an intention. So it's super powerful. I just let nature speak to me, bring me messages. I just sit, I contemplate. Sun Bear has a book about it called Vision Quest. So that's the feeling I'm getting for y'all too. You would really benefit from that kind of disconnection from society, really being by yourself. There's hermitages. The Llama Foundation used to have them. Just look for a place. Where could you get a cabin? Where could you set up a tent? Where could you spend some time just on your own and just with nature? Y'all are super connected to nature. It's going to help you get grounded. And I feel like maybe you live in a city or you watch a lot of TV or get a lot of signals and messages. It's almost like you're bombarded with this stuff. You just need to let it all drop. It's almost like physical clutter in the house, stress in the house, mental clutter. Just let it go. Fears, all this stuff. And they're saying too to like identify these limiting beliefs and obstacles. Just get a piece of paper. You can start writing, I can't be happy because, I can't have what I want because, and just write out like all the reasons. No matter what you think of them, just write them all out and you'll start to see your limiting beliefs come through with what comes up for those reasons. Once you've identified them, you can then make affirmations that are the opposite and start to use them. And so that's going to be key for you too, is to really go in deep. They're saying you're going to get more transformation by changing yourself than by changing your path. They're like, you're on the right path. They're saying you have a worthy goal. There's something you've wanted to do for a long time, and it's great. But they're saying you'll get there by changing what's within more than what's without. Okay. So ways your guides are helping you. Y'all got more cards than anyone else, which is cool. So they're really here for you. They're surrounding you. And this first one is wood. It's a door. They're helping you open doors, get opportunities, and yet again, it's another kind of tree related thing. Y'all are the group to spend time with trees. That's what they're going to help you do. I'm even seeing if you got like hardwood floor in your house, wooden furniture, like this connects to your natural self and it's something that's really going to keep you grounded and help you feel good. And when you go hug those trees and stuff, you can send them healing. They'll receive it, and you can just imagine you have roots just like that tree, and anything you don't need goes down those roots and it's just gone. If you do this every day, it makes you lighter, Okay, so this other thing is a frog, and a frog navigates the water and the land. And so water is creativity, emotions, all that stuff. Land is like material reality, physical reality. So that's where y'all are working. You're working on how do we take our, you know, creativity, our emotions onto the land and have an impact. And the frog is also about release, which often comes in the form of tears and sadness. And so it's a cleansing. Okay. And so trust me, I experience plenty of sadness. But when it comes, it's key, just let it be there, express it. You don't have to deny it or hide it. Just find a place where you're safe to really feel. And that's another reason it could be good to go out in nature. You know, tell the tree why you're sad. You know, let out an ugly cry. Nobody's watching. It's okay. It's going to replenish and renew you. And I'm also seeing that for you, water is good. When you take baths or showers, spend time near rivers, just like anything that's like a running stream of water helps you remember just that's how your life is too. You're continuously running and transforming and flowing, and everything is flowing. And so their advice for you is this card, which has some white birds in a marsh. And so again, this is in the realm between land and water. And so that makes me think their advice for you is to connect with the fairies. The fairies love to hang out at places that are between the land and water, between night and day or day and night. The fairies will be active. And these birds are here. They've got their feet in the water, but they're able to lift it up. And actually this frog has its feet in the water too. So I think y'all need to go. They do those foot detox baths, and you can put your feet in the water and let it pull out any toxins, or just get soak your feet, wade in the water. And it shows that where you're going, you're developing the ability to be grounded in your creative, emotional self, while still able to stand and see clearly. So I think their main guidance for you is to laugh. Life is silly, they're saying. And I've had plenty of clients who have helped heal themselves from really terrible diseases just simply by laughing. So this card is all about just taking things lightly. And it's also showing, sometimes things might be hidden from you, because this one bird is like hiding behind the branches. So that's like the shadow self, or parts of yourself that you've hidden. They want you to know there's gifts there, and it's just one perspective too. So even though from our perspective right now, that bird's hidden, if we just went 180 degrees, it's standing in the open. So it's also just opening your way of thinking to see other perspectives and other angles. That's part of changing the beliefs, and that will really, really help you on your path. Oh, wow. Okay. So, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't look at these before. And so it's always so cool to me when I do angel readings, how they all kind of come together. And a lot of times I find I channel stuff, and then I pull a card and it says the same thing. So the first thing is that Archangel Jeremiel says, all is well. Everything is happening exactly as it should be. With blessings you'll soon understand. So that fits with this card. It's like, whoa, 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 what happened to my path? I was going this way, now I'm going this way. What, is this okay? I don't know what's going on. Oh my God, loss, confusion, difficulty. Underneath it all is well. Your spirit has your back. Your higher self is guiding you where you need to be. Our personality selves may not always understand it, but this Archangel, Jeremiel, is here to tell you it's okay. All is well. He's saying, because I hear it, you have strength. You have strength, okay? Saying you have wisdom, and he's saying your sorrows are your wisdom. Heartfelt sorrow is wisdom. It's important. He's saying don't deny it. He's like, all is well when you have your emotions. Every single one of them. Anger, jealousy, guilt, shame, all is well. So a lot of this is just about accepting yourself as you are, um, accepting imperfection. And I'm just saying, you see all that energy swirling all around him? That's like you with your manifestation power and your visions. It's just coming out of you. It's like practicing law of attraction, um, stuff like that. So when you notice if your thoughts get into the doom and gloom territory, just stop. What would I rather happen? Can I imagine it? Yeah, let me try. Let's do some affirmations. That's the thing. All is well. Even if you feel upset, even if things seem odd, your angels let you know there's divine order to it. Okay, now the thing is, y'all's abundance cards are both pretty intense. So the first one I got is sever vows of poverty. And this is something I've worked with clients and with myself. It's pretty fascinating to me. A lot of times in a past life, we may have taken a vow of poverty. For example, a lot of religious orders may do that, like monastics or things like that. This is saying to really experience great wealth and abundance, you must undo vows of poverty or self-denial you may have made. And so there are a few ways to do this. There's one technique I found online. I'll try and see if I can find the link and post it down below for y'all. If not, you can do Shamanic Journey. Sandra Ingerman has a good book called Shamanic Journey, and it comes with a CD. And the thing is, you listen to this drum beat, it puts you in a trance, and you can go into an altered state of consciousness to transform your world. And so I would do the Shamanic Journey with the intention to go and release the vows of poverty. And I would see where my guide took me, but I feel like chances are pretty high I would end up in the Akashic records in the upper world. And if that's the case, all you have to do, you ask permission to enter. There's a guard out front. You go in, you'll find your file, and you can literally pull out those vows of poverty. Imagine you're burning them, and then put something in there that's your wealth file. And I swear, I did this years ago. I took a class from a shamanic practitioner when I was pretty new, and she had us do something like this, but she had us put in the blueprint for the life we wanted. And I don't even know where this idea came from. I said, I'm going to put an artist's life in there. Let me put the blueprint for that. And I did. And years later, I went, oh, that stuff worked. My whole life changed. Like, I'm so involved with art, do so much art, got an art grant, like, just love art. And it's not something I consciously really planned out or worked with. And so you can do the same thing with these vows of poverty. Just go into the Akash and clear it on out. Okay, and then the other part that kind of made me go, oh, no wonder y'all feel kind of upset. It says face your financial fears. And so that is a good example of a topic you can use the identifying limiting beliefs on. So get your piece of paper. I can't be happy with my finances because I don't make enough money. You'll write down. Because I can't save money. Because I'm not worthy of money, because nobody wants to hire me. Whatever it is, just write it all down. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You may have 10, you may have 100. Just write them all down. And then what you want to do, you take that list, you write the opposite as an affirmation. So if it's, I can't have a good financial life because I'm too stupid, just for example, you could write, I'm able to have an amazing financial life because I'm intelligent, and just keep affirming it. And whatever it is, affirm the opposite. And if you really want to get ritually about it, take the one that's on the box, burn it, burn it during a waning moon, and then take the one that are the positive affirmations and keep reading it, read it every day. And you'll know when you've really broken through. If you go to the mirror, take all those affirmations and look at your own self in the mirror and say them until you notice your head is nodding. And you'll especially notice where you're blocked when the emotions come up. So, for instance, if I had a limiting belief that I'm unworthy of money, when I went and stood in the mirror and said, I am worthy of money, I'm worthy of money, I'm worthy of money, I might notice I start to feel stressed, or maybe I feel sad, or maybe feel angry. Just keep going, break through that emotion. That's exactly what's blocking you. And when you notice you're smiling, your head's nodding, and it feels like you actually mean what you say, you've got it. Keep going. So this is the thing your guides want you to know. And when you're just honest about this, it can't control you, you know? And again, they're saying too, it's pretty easy to imagine the worst case scenario. So they want you also to imagine the best case scenario, and use visualization, and just like, you can also use Lakshmi mantras. She's the goddess of wealth. Just have them playing in the background, and it'll really bring you a lot of benefit. I've prayed to her before and just found the money I needed, and I swear, like, it confirmed my faith more than sitting in a church pew ever did. I was like, I really am loved, you know? So just keep that in mind too. You can ask your angels for help with abundance, or like spirit guides like the goddess Lakshmi. All right. So your angels say you're at the end of a cycle of life. So this is another card. See, there's shadow on here. And so since you're at the end of a cycle, maybe you feel like doors have closed, your path went a direction other than you thought, and something is ending. But with death is rebirth and transformation. So just like the light's going down, it's going to come back the next day, and you get a whole new chance, you know? And the thing is, I feel like you may have been, like, it almost feels like you're like left in the dark, like spun around and just like pushed out there, and you're kind of disoriented and going, what the heck? Maybe when things blew up in your face, like I just saw, like, maybe you got a text message or something on the cell phone that's just irritating, unnerving. Maybe you had to block somebody. This card says you're at the end of a cycle in your life, though. And so it's okay if people don't make it through with you, if places don't come with you, beliefs don't come with you, ways of being, whatever. It's okay. Let it go. It says, call upon your angels to guide and comfort you. Happiness awaits you now. So whatever you've lost, you can mourn it, but know it ultimately serves your highest good. And endings just bring new beginnings. Okay. And your guides say also, remember, it opens your heart when you cry. So I tell my Reiki clients this all the time. I'm like, yeah, usually I make people cry because when I channel the angels' messages, their heart opens. And so I just hand them the Kleenex, and, you know, it's okay. A lot of us are really taught to hide it, but we all feel sad sometimes. And so a lot of times the angels will say, you know what? You'll notice that you're going to have some emotions. Find a place where you feel safe expressing them and just do it. Grab a stuffed animal if you need, whatever. Like, they're not judging you. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to express. And they're saying if you don't express like the so-called negative emotions, you can't express the so-called positive ones either. Emotions are energy in motion. And like quite a few of these cards, I'm just seeing the swirling energy and the wings being spread and just like far sweeping. So it's, right now you're just clearing stuff out, sweeping it away. And there's gonna be a beautiful renewal. So I don't know if I mentioned it to y'all either, but they're saying burn some sage too. Burn some sage. Okay, so finally, your angels say your health is improving, which is good, because that was the first thing I picked up on with this group, that y'all may have some health concerns. So see, that's the Kundalini energy and is rising up. So do those chakra meditations. Start with the root. Do some root meditations. Feel really good with the root. Then rise up to the sacral. Then the solar plexus. Then the heart. Then the throat. Then the third eye. Then the crown. You may find benefits from doing yoga or meditating or practicing healing. Y'all are healers. You are natural healers. And so, you know, if you have a Reiki attunement like I do, you can give yourself healing energy. You may want to go see a natural healer, somebody who can help you. But just know, yeah, your prayers are being heard. Keep imagining your health improving. I've been through really bad health issues. I was disabled and I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't walk. I couldn't even lift like a glass of water to my own face. And I had doctors tell me, like, get in that wheelchair, you'll never hike again. And I refused to accept it. And so I would imagine myself getting healthier every day. set a timer for 30 seconds. Some days I was in tears because I couldn't even imagine it. But lo and behold, at this point, it's been like 5 years since I used a cane. I haven't needed a wheelchair. I wear high heels. I go hiking, and so just remember, like, no matter what you may fear about your health or no matter what you've been told, you can use the power of your mind to manifest even better, okay? So never discount your body's power to heal. Now, that being said, your angels do want you to ask for help from others. So they're showing me that you tend to get overburdened because you feel guilty asking for help. You're probably the type of person that you really love to help everyone, and you're always like wanting to help, but you never fathom asking for help for yourself. Not even just a little bit. They're saying just like give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Make a list of 3 or 4 things that feel bothersome to you, and then just think, how can I get some help with this? And just make it simple, break it down, and ask for help. And the thing is to know too that when other people help you, it feels really good. Like, so if they say yes, they're willing, and if they're helping you, they're benefiting from it. So you can let go of the guilt. And I'm feeling like you'll become more powerful because some of that guilt is like right here. When you just let it go, just let that help come in. And then finally, they say forgiveness. And I'm feeling strain and stress at my back. Y'all may have some tension in your upper shoulders. And I'm feeling like it's unforgiveness trapped at the back of the heart. Feeling like something inside of you just wants to scream. Honestly, just like, oh, whether you're frustrated at your situation or a person or yourself, your angels want you to forgive. I feel like mainly you're most unforgiving of yourself, and that generates this guilt. And this may have been something that you're kind of accustomed to doing since you're very young. So you may not even notice it exactly. It's almost like it's just always been the way you feel and the way you do. Your angels are showing me they want you to get a white candle, and you can hold it and you can set your intention to forgive and forget, and just focus on that feeling of forgiveness, purity, and then just let that candle burn. And as it burns, it's going to bring forgiveness. You can forgive yourself, you can forgive others, and the thing is, you can forgive them throughout space and time. There are actually some really cool forgiveness prayers out there. You might want to check out too. And so that's the thing, like, you didn't do anything wrong. That's really their whole message. Like, from the beginning, even though, it feels like you're probably experiencing some pain, possibly some doubt and some upset emotions, like, it's okay. It's natural for you to feel that way. Your angels say they 100% accept you as you are. All your feelings, all your thoughts, everything that's messy, everything that's uncertain, they accept it all. They just want you to accept yourself as much as they accept you. And you may find as you do forgiveness, it starts to go into like inner child and family issues too. So make sure you send forgiveness to your parents and just to anyone who comes to mind, really. One of my favorite things to do, I'll just close my eyes and I imagine there's a stage in front of me, and I'll just invite whoever I need to forgive onto the stage, and then I'll just see them lined up, and then one by one I'll let them come forward. I just imagine there's like a blue light of forgiveness that shines from my heart to them, and I can watch and see, as it heals and releases that guilt or unforgiveness. And then, once I've gone through them all, I've released that energy and transformed it. So group 3, don't worry, ask for help for others if you need it, and keep focused on what's going well for you. Identify those limiting beliefs and transform them, and don't be afraid to let yourself express emotionally, and trust, even though things have ended, new beginnings come. And just know you can ask your angels for help anytime that you need it. So thank you so much, and best of luck to you, group 3.